Hi everyone, my name is Dara, also known as Premed Princess on Tumblr, and a lot of you guys have asked me to start video blogging as I go into medical school this fall, and that's fine by me. If this is a better format for y'all to get information, then I will do whatever you guys want me to do, I guess. But yeah, so I'm sorry for the kind of like grainy quality of this right now. I'm using my iMac and it's kind of old. So I guess I should give you like an intro to me. I'm 22. I just graduated with a Bachelor of Science in Microbiology from the University of Oklahoma. I will be going to OU's medical school in the fall, so I'm matriculating right out of undergrad. So I'm a traditional applicant, is what that means. I'm not taking any years off. I'm going straight in. Let's see. I have a minor in classical Greek. I was in a sorority, which is kind of how my blog came about. I just kind of needed a place to talk about, vent about being busy and being Greek and pre-med and really involved on campus, and I never thought that it would get the amount of followers that I have right now. But I'm really glad that I have y'all and that y'all ask me questions. I am more than happy to help you, and but please know that take all of my advice with a grain of salt. I only applied to MD school, so I'm not super knowledgeable about the DO track or what it takes to get into a DO school. I was offered 2 interviews, but I turned the second down because I'd already been accepted by OU, and that was where I wanted to go. So, what worked for me might not work for everyone, but I will do my best to help y'all and make your dreams come true. So I guess that's a little bit about me, and I guess I'll get to your first question. A lot of you guys ask me, should I go Greek? And I'm going to direct this at usually girls ask me, should I join a sorority? But guys, if you are unsure about whether or not you want to join a fraternity, this can totally be for you too. I think that rushing never hurt anybody. I think you should definitely go through recruitment if you want to, or if you're curious about Greek life. I personally think that it strengthened my application. One of my interviewers at OU actually had been Greek at OU also, and he was adult, and they're right across the street from my sorority house. So he was like, so what are you guys at 1400 South College Avenue? And I was like, that is scary close to where we are, yes. So that was a really, really big surprise. So, being Greek isn't going to hurt your application. I think it strengthened mine. A really great thing about my sorority was that our philanthropy is to support women's heart health and raise awareness for heart disease and cardiac care, and so we do several events throughout the year that raise money, and it all goes towards that, and I was able to talk about that, and it's a reason why I joined Alpha Phi, which is the sorority that I am now an alumni for. God, it's weird. Graduating's weird, guys. So I think that being Greek is a great thing if you have, it is expensive, I'll be honest with you. It can be kind of pricey. So if you have the money, a lot of you guys ask me, will it cut into my time for being pre-med and being successful that way? Personally, I think that being Greek helped me when I was pre-med, because we had mandatory study hours. We had test files. Other older girls were willing to tutor. I would not have made it through organic chemistry without one of my older sorority sisters who tutored for organic chemistry. So I think being Greek gives you immediately a lot of resources that it takes to succeed, and if you look at studies that are done, the average GPA for the Greek community is higher than the average GPA for the non-Greek college community. So maybe that's due to test files and us having old tests that we give each other and stuff like that. All houses have test files online, at least they do at OU, that are really, really helpful for studying and just knowing what professors deem important. And professors usually don't regurgitate their tests over and over again. They let us keep them, they know that we have them, so they're rewriting their tests. It's just a really good baseline to know what you need to know. So I think that being Greek is great. It gives you a lot of opportunities to be a leader on campus and within your peers, and it's a really long commitment, which is something that admission committees really like to see. They like to see that you can stick with things and be dedicated to things and show that you're passionate about things, and when you have a 4-year-long commitment, that's a really good indicator for them to say, hey, this person's in it for the long haul, they can be committed to something. If they get into medical school, they're going to stick with it. We're not wasting our time on this person. And that's true with almost all your extracurricular activities. But being Greek for me worked out really well. I needed a push to make friends and stuff like that. I don't know. My mom made me do it, but I'm really, really happy that she did. So that is my answer if you are questioning whether or not you should go Greek. I'm not saying that Greek life is for everyone. It's definitely not. Living in a house with 86 girls is a lot of pressure, and not everyone can do it, and not everyone wants to, be at chapter every Sunday, or take part in philanthropy events once or twice a semester, or have to go to a 3-hour-long initiation ceremony, or whatever. If it's not for you, it's not for you, and that's fine. But you can always rush, you can always drop, if it's not something that you find that you're interested in, and there won't be any hard feelings. But I thought recruitment was really fun. I've enjoyed being a part of a sorority immensely, way more than I thought I would. So that is that answer for you. Go Greek. That's all I got for that. A lot of you guys have also asked me how I managed my time when I was in college. I will be honest with you, I am a procrastinator, and it's a really big problem. But I will give you some tips that I had that helped me get through being, on exec for my sorority and on exec for another campus organization, and being pre-med and being successful at all of those things, I think. So one of the first things that I did, I went out, especially when I was juggling a lot of different things, I went out and I bought a really big planner. Like, these are legit planners. They're called My Agendas, and they are bound, and you can monogram them and put your name on them in shiny letters, and they have animal prints or metallic or whatever. But the website is momagenda.com, but they have a My Agenda because, they originally started being geared towards moms that were busy and needed to keep track of everything that their kids were doing. I don't have kids. I don't want kids right now. Probably ever. Sorry, Mom. So one of the things, get an agenda. If you take if you work with a calendar on your iPad or your phone or your computer or whatever, do what works for you. The having something paper was good for me, so I could carry it to my classes or to chapter or whatever. So I had a section for every class, and it was when that class was meeting and what was due that class period, or what I had to do for my sorority, or what I had to do for the other exec that I was on. So one thing that I found helpful was having everything in one place written down. I didn't have to go hunt through it. This was my life, was in this book. So that's the first thing. Get a really good planner. Stay on top of it. I know it's easy to be I'll remember that. I don't have to write that thing. Write it down. Write it down. So, yes. Rule number 1, get an agenda. 2, I would say prioritize. Some things are really, really big and really, really important. And some things are kind of smaller and could be pushed off until the other really big thing. Prioritize your life. Sometimes I had sorority stuff that I had to push back because I had an organic chemistry test the next day. And sometimes you just have to tell your advisors, I'm sorry, I'm here for school. I cannot do this thing for you right at this second. And usually your advisors are really understanding if you're if you have a position and you have schoolwork to do. But try to stay on top of stuff as much as possible. Don't put yourself in the kind of situation, which I'm so bad at. If I could take my own advice, that would be great. But yeah, so prioritize. Things that are really important, do them first, get them out of the way. I think I've said this on my Tumblr before, when I have lab reports to write, I don't sit down and I don't write a lab report front to back at one point, at one time. I just don't. I typically will write the materials and methods and the results section on one day. I'll write the introduction the next day, and that's when I do all my research and stuff, so do your references then too. And then I'll do the discussion, and then the day that I hand it in, that's when I write the abstract. After everything's done, that's when I whip that abstract out, and I was okay, I'm done. So break big things up into smaller things, and then delegate them to different days. And make to-do lists. To-do lists are great. I made them all the time. And I think that's just a thing. You just feel good when you're able to check things off your to-do list. So to-do lists, planner, breaking up big projects. Try to start things early. I know that I broke up projects into days, but it was Monday I did my materials and methods and results. Tuesday I did my introduction. Thursday I did my discussion, or Wednesday I did my discussion, and like Thursday I turned it in. That doesn't give you a whole lot of time to like proofread. Give yourself time to proofread, step away from whatever you're writing for a few days, go back to it, and that way like you find things that you need to correct a lot easier that way. So yeah, time management skills were killer for me in college. So definitely work on that and start good habits early, because I am kind of like stressed about going to medical school because I don't have good study habits. So start good study habits early. Tests for me didn't exist until the week of or the day before. Don't do that. Study in advance, because you can't cram medical school from what I've been told. One last thing before I wrap this video up, because it's probably getting kind of long now. A lot of you guys send me asks when you have done poorly in a class, or you got a C or a B or whatever, but you're like, my overall GPA is still like this 3.9 something, but I got a C in this class. Honey, y'all need to calm down. Like, go have some fun and just relax. You only get to do college one time, and don't spend all of that time super stressed out about the one C that you got. Like, get your butt in gear, make good grades on everything else, and you'll be fine. You know, like, your GPA is seriously, it's one part of your application. And I'm not saying that it's not an important part, because it is. It's an important part of your application. But it's only one part. Your MCAT score, your personal statement, your extracurricular activities, like, all of those things are also very, very important. So I want you guys to, like, yes, be on top of your grades and make good grades and stuff like that. But if you have like one B or like one C and everything else is like an A, calm down. I love y'all, I do, my little pre-medlings, but please calm down. For me, it makes me sad when you guys are like stressing out about little things. So just remember, you are a great person, and your GPA does not define you. It will help you get into medical school, it will help you get an interview, but once you're in that interview, like, they want to know you. They want you to be like a real, full, like well-rounded person. So don't spend all of your time in the library, okay? Like, go out, have fun, join a sorority, go to a party, be active on campus, dance, sing, do whatever it is that makes you happy. You can see my guitar back there, like, I play the guitar. So maybe I'll sing for y'all someday. I don't know, I doubt it, because, But, you know, do you, and have fun. And that is all I have to say. That is the end of this video. Thank y'all for checking it out. If you have ideas or suggestions about what you want me to talk about, send them to my Ask box. I'm premed-princess.tumblr.com. There is no E in Tumblr. I know it's weird. I don't know, it wasn't my decision. So that is my Ask box. There will be a link in the description. The next video that I do, I'm probably going to go over the application process, because I'm pretty sure that you can start submitting your applications in about a week. June 1st, I think, was when mine could be submitted. So that's what I'm going to talk about for the next video. I will have that up sometime next week. But thank y'all for coming and listening to me ramble on about pre-med things. So I will see y'all soon. And my Ask box is always open. I will continue to answer questions there and on here. And as I get into medical school, I will talk to you about how I study there and what social life is like. I don't know. But yeah, so I'll keep y'all updated, and I'm excited for this new thing that we're doing. So this will be up soon. Bye!